Pero tignan po natin yung interview since May 11. Dalawa lang naman eh. Paano palitan muli si Alan Cayetano? At pangalawa, bakit bumaksak ang dignidad ng ating Senado? Okay. I'm talking in general ha. Pa isa-isa po, may nagsasalita tungkol sa inflation. Kanina lang po, si Senator Raffy Tulfo ay sinabi nga niya na dapat yung mga importante sa ating bayan. Pero ito pong Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, ang pinag-uusapan po yung 13-11. Pinag-uusapan fireworks. Pinag-uusapan papalitan. I'm at your service and I am at your disposal. Show me 13 hands or 13 signatures. I will even administer your oath if you want to. Ano po ang nasabi po last week? Bumaksak daw po ang Senado. And alam niyo po, kasundo ko si Senator Win. I wasn't joking. I was making him smile, but I would vote for him. Pero sabi niya kanina, ibalik ang dignidad ng Senado. Okay, I'll take it with good faith. Ang problema, Senator Win, yan ang narrative ng minority eh, na simula nung Mayo 11, bumaksak. Sinabi ni Senator Ping, may I allow, and correct me Senator Ping kung mali, sabi niyo yung biruan ngayon, mas mabango pa yung House kaso sa Senate, at usually kasi mas mataas ang Senate. I will take exception to that. Why? Because the Pulse Asia, if I'm not mistaken, in December 2019, when I was Speaker and Senator Soto was Senate President, the Senate was 66% and the House was 66%. When I was Speaker, pareho lang po ang trust rating, ang performance rating ng House at saka ng Senado. Bumaksak po ang Senado nung nagsimula po yung flood control. Dahil po, ilan ang binanggit sa minority. Pero ilang beses po sinasabi ng minority, bakit ganon? Kapag ka minority, may insertion daw. Pagka majority, amendment. Una, napakaraming ghost, tapos konti na lang. Tapos si Senator Jinggoy, ganito daw in-insert, tapos nung sinupina ng ombudsman, ang LBRMO, yung pong may hawak ng dokumento, wala naman pala. I won't go into that because I do respect the hard work that every single senator, may it be Senator Marcoleta, may it be Senator Erwin Tulfo, or our chairman, Senator Lacson. I respect the work. I disagree on many things, but I do not criticize. Did I say bumaksak dahil sayo? Wala po. Kasi hawak natin ang bit eh. Sasabihin nyo po, yes, but 24 tayo, yes. Pero kung 11 sa atin ang sinasabi, ang problema ay si Cayetano, palitan yan, at 13 naman tayo na nagsasabing con-as yan, at impeachment yan, etc. yan, edi 24 na tayo na yan ang pinapakinggan ng tao. Hindi inflation, hindi yung ekonomiya, hindi yung teenage pregnancy, hindi yung tumataas na bilang ng mga may AIDS, hindi yung problema sa PhilHealth, hindi po nakawalan ng flu vaccine ng ating DOH. Napakarami pong issue. Mr. President, bakit po ba na yung linggo ng May 11 ay naging napakamasalimuot para sa atin? At yung po ay naging bullseye para sa marami. First of all, hindi po nanggaling sa bagong majority na kapag ka nag-take over etong majority na to, ay i-dismiss po ang impeachment. I-delay ang impeachment. Magiging partial ang impeachment. Kailan po niyo ako narinig na sinabi ko yung dating majority o minority ngayon? Pagka kayo ang majority, siguradong ma-impeach, siguradong guilty si Vice President Sara. Wala po. Kasi nirerespeto ko politika niyo. Pero once na mag-oath kayo, naniniwala ko, impartial na kayo. Mahirap maniwala. Mahirap sa mga statements nyo tungkol sa Vice President. Mahirap maniwala na kayo'y magiging impartial. Di ko nilalahat. Ilan lang po sa inyo. But I recognize it's the same for us. Nahihirapan kayo maniwala na yung ilan sa amin na malapit sa Vice President, ako personally, malapit ako sa dating Pangulo, hindi po ako malapit sa Vice President. Pero kung ako'y maniniwala na kayo'y pwedeng maging impartial, why can't you give us the benefit of the doubt that we can also be impartial? Even Senator Padilla, who's very close to the Vice President, na ang dami ng statement. Sabi niya, kaya nga nagsasalita bago mag-oath kasi once na mag-oath, susundin niya yun. Ako po'y Kristiyano, siya po'y Muslim. Pero pareho kaming naniniwala, brother, di ba? Na once nag-oath ka, kasalanan sa Diyos ang wag sundin yung oath. So, Madam President, it's a two-way street. What's the difference? The difference is the minority keeps speaking outside the session hall na hindi natin basta't masagot. Senator Amy is speaking in the session hall na lahat sila ay pwedeng tumayo. Number 2, outside the session hall, walang out of order. Dito po meron. I'll go to that later kasi meron naman po tayong rules at may way forward tayo. But the first thing po, yung binansagan po ang majority na ang dahilan daw po ay yung impeachment. We've proven that wrong. In fact, I'll ask for another caucus tomorrow to finalize matters regarding the impeachment because on Thursday, may final meeting naman yung secretariat, yung magiging clerk of court, and we want to get your inputs. Secondly po, Senator Bato, he's a member of this establishment. He is entitled to go here and to vote. Bakit naging issue na pumunta dito para bumoto lang? The leadership of the Senate determines the direction of the Senate. The Senate is the last line of defense when it comes to democratic issues or issues that affect our democracy. That's been the history of the Senate, pre-martial law and after martial law. Kaya nga yun ang hinala, bakit inabolish ng martial law? Because the independence of the Senate is very important. Yun po ang ginamit sa akin ni Senator Coco then Senator Tito Soto, who I respect. During Duterte's time, sabi nila, we have to have an independent Senate. Wag si Alan kasi masyadong malapit. Well, I'm the first one now of 4 SPs since 2022 na hindi ko makiklaim na malapit sa presidente. Have any one of you given us the benefit of the doubt that we will have an independent Senate? Hindi ko na narinig yun eh. Panay sinong malapit sa Malacanang? O yan, walang gagawin niya kundi lalabanan ng Malacanang. Eto, ganyan. Yan ang usap-usapan. That's the not so secret. Why can't we bind together minority-majority and be an independent Senate? Not to confront the executive, to collaborate, but also as checks and balances. Last point po, before I go to a way forward.
No elections, term extension. Ito ang inaatupag ng ilang mambabatas na nagiging mambubutas ng sikmura ng taong bayan. Inuuna ito kesa gutom, trabaho, kalusugan, kabuhayan. Gusto nilang pahabain ang paghihirap ng Pilipino. Gusto ata nilang gumapang ang bayan sa dusa, gaya ng paggapang ng mga buhaya sa kaban ng bayan at konstitusyon. Ginoong Pangulo, Ginang Pangulo, hindi ko inaakalang aabot sa punto ng buhay ko na ako, isang Marcos, magtatanggol ng 1987 Constitution, isang saligang batas na isinulat laban sa aming pamilya. Pero sa huling pagbisita ko sa libingan ng mga bayani sa puntod ng aking ama, pinaalala ako ng mga katagang nakasulat sa kanyang himlayan, Pilipino. At bilang Pilipino, bilang isang lingkod bayan, bilang isang kaisa-isang anak ni Ferdinand Marcos na may lakas ng loob na tumindig para sa ating bansa, dapat protektahan natin ang saligang batas ng Pilipinas. Nitong mga nakaraang linggo, hindi lang ako basta Pilipino, hindi lang ako basta senador, naging reporter pa at vlogger dahil walang mag-cover sa totoong nangyayari. Pero napakaraming nagko-cover up sa mga korap na politiko. Kung meron nakakaalam sa galit ng bayan pagdating sa pagpapahaba ng poder sa kapangyarihan, nasa unahan na ako ng listahan. Hindi ako makakapayag na walang maisabuhay sa mga aral ng kasaysayan. Noong naharang natin ang PI na yan, People's Initiative, noong Enero 2024, hindi naman sila tumigil. Noong 12 ng Agosto 2025, unang inihayag ni Bongbong Marcos ng ating Pangulo na hindi niya tututulan ang isang Constitutional Convention o CONCON upang ayusin umano ang mga butas sa saligang batas, kasunod ng pahiwatig ng Kongreso na sumusuporta nito. Pagsapit ng Nobyembre, nung nakaraang taon din, naghain na si Congressman Ronaldo Puno at mga miyembro ng NUP, National Unity Party, ng House Bill 5870, naglalayong magpatawag ng Constitutional Convention upang magmungkahi ng mga amyenda sa konstitusyon. Noong ika-30 ng Enero 2026, nagpahayag naman si dating Senate President Soto ng suporta sa pagtalakay ng mga amyenda sa konstitusyon matapos ang desisyon ng Korte Suprema kaugnay ng impeachment laban kay VP Sara Duterte. Agad itong ikinatuwa ng tropang NUP na nagsabing mahalaga ang kooperasyon ng Senado upang maisulong ang mga reforma sa saligang batas. Gayunpaman, noong ika-31 ng Enero 2026, sumagot ang Malacanang, hindi raw prioridad ang charter change o CHA-CHA dahil nakatutok umano ang Pangulo sa mga isyong pang-ekonomiya. Isang pahayag na inilabas matapos magpahayag ng suporta si SP Soto noon sa pag-amyenda ng konstitusyon. Sa gitna ng debateng ito, naghain noong ika-7 ng Pebrero 2026 yung dating ARTA, Rabindranath Kilala, ng isang radikal na panukala, buwagin ang Senado, pati na rin ang Kongreso at lahat ng lokal na sanggunian, paltan ng isang National Legislative Assembly, maari umanong makatipid ng hanggang 1 trilyong taon-taon. Nung nakaraang buwan, formal din hinikayat ni Congressman Puno at ng NUP ang liderato ng Kamara na simulan ng pakikipag-usap sa Senado hinggil sa charter change sa pamamagitan ng Constitutional Convention. Ginamit pa nila ang pagiging bukas ni SP Soto sa constitutional amendments bilang oportunidad para sa koordinasyon ng dalawang kapulungan. Sa huli, noong ika-14 ng Mayo 2026, mariing itinanggi ng Malacanang ang akusasyon ni Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano na sinusubukan ng palasyo pahinain ang Senado. Binigyan diin ng palasyo na hindi pinag-uusapan ng CHA-CHA at inulit ang pananaw ng Pangulo na hindi ang pag-amyenda ng saligang batas ang sagot sa kasalukuyang problema ng bansa. Ngunit hindi ito ang nangyayari sa labas ng palasyo. Ang NOEL at term expansion ay buhay na buhay sa mga patay na patay sa kapangyarihan. Pagkat sa kasalukuyang ika-20, ika-20 Kongreso, maraming panukalang naglalayong baguhin ang konstitusyon. Mula sa House Bill 368 ni Congressman Abante, na nagsusulong ng CONCON hanggang sa resolution of both houses number 1 ni Congressman Garbin. Sinundan pa ng resolution of both houses number 2, naglalaman ng mungkahing ibaba sa 35 anyos ang minimum age requirement ng presidente at ang vice-presidente 30 ang edad. Bukod dito, Congressman Richard Gomez naghain ng resolution number 3 upang amyendahan din ang Constitution. Meron pang resolution number 4, nagmumungkahi gawing 3 taon na lamang, 3 magkakasunod na termino ang panunungkulan ng mga senador. Nariyan ang House Resolution 460 ni na Congressman Oreta, Congressman Remulla, Congressman Dasa at iba pa na bibigyan linaw daw ang kahulugan ng forthwith sa impeachment. At mula noong Abril, habang hinihikayat ang mga congressman na bumoto sa impeachment, malakas ang ugong ng NOEL sa 2028. Lumutang na rin ang mga detalye. Magte-term extension ang mga congressman at madadagdagan ng 3 taon na mananatiling nakaupo sa pwesto hanggang 2031. Ganon din, 2028. Ganon din ang mga senador, pati ang Pangulo, hanggang 2031 na raw. Kung may eleksyon man sa 2028, sa lokal na lang. Kaya, Visayas o Mindanao ka man, suportado ng iglesia o hindi, walang problema dahil walang eleksyon. Kaya ang tanong ngayon, ayaw ba talaga ng palasyo sa CHA-CHA o kunwari lang? o talaga bang wala ng respeto sa Pangulo? Bukod kay Lito Banayo, napakarami kong sources patungkol sa mga meeting na naganap para sa isinusulong na Constituent Assembly o CONAS. Mga kalipunan ng mga politikong hindi nananalo sa mga matataas na posisyon, inaambisyon nila. Kung hindi kayang manalo sa boto, baguhin na lang ang konstitusyon. Noon pa man, hindi ako naging hadlang sa pagbabago, kumpara lamang sa ekonomiya at ikagiginhawa ng buhay ng Pilipino. Pero magagaling ang mga buwaya, tahimik na gumagapang upang malamon pati ang konstitusyon. Kung nagsisinungaling ang mga nagsumbong sa akin, kung sasabihin kasinungalingan ang sinabi ko ngayon at ang pinalabas, hinihikayat ko ang mga senador ngayon sa ating bulwagan. Ipangako natin sa taong bayan na may eleksyon sa 2028 mula sa presidential hanggang sa lokal. At Madam President, magiging masaya akong mapatunayan na mali ako. Dahil ibig sabihin nun, mananalo ang tama. In the interest of time and that this chamber may proceed with its scheduled legislative business, I will not entertain any interpellations at this juncture and would rather allow the facts in the video as well as confronting this nation to resonate fully with this chamber and the Filipino people. I urge this body to look deeply into what we have witnessed today, act with vigilance, courage, and fidelity to the Constitution we swore to defend. Maraming salamat po.
Yes.
Thank you.
Madam President, may I make
Yes, we recognize Senator Mick Subiri.
point of order. Madam President, a point of order. Under Section 93, 94, 95 on unparliamentary acts and language, I just want to point out that the video that the lady senator presented was obviously opinionated, a propaganda tool, right? It's should be stricken off the record, Madam President. And it's unparliamentary. We've seen videos presenting evidence on issues that are taken up on the floor. Senator Tulfo always comes out with videos showing people being mauled, people being abused for the information of this body to act on that particular issue. But to come up with an opinionated piece like that, ganong klaseng video na propaganda na showing intrigue. Kasi ako, Madam President, hindi naman ako sang-ayon sa people's charter change. I was the first one in this institution who fought that kind of move with the PI. And all of us together, kaming lahat, for the first time in the history of the Senate, 24 senators tumayo dyan at pinasapo natin yung Contra People's Initiative, na fake People's Initiative. Na talagang kinall out natin yung lahat ng grupo ng tumutulak nun, from the Speaker and even Malacanang, kinalaban natin. Kaya wala kaming kinalaman dyan. Bakit sinama kami dyan sa propaganda na yan? Na dahil kami, Duwag 11? Ano ba yan? Bulaga 11? At grade 13? That should not be shown here. Because what will stop us now, Madam President, for that lady senator, that we come up also with a propaganda video here, papalabas din namin yung mga sala nila. Oo, kung ano-ano, hindi naman kami ganyan. No? To gain traction, to gain views and publicity, will destroy our fellow colleagues here. Walang ganyanan. Ako, hindi ako nagagalit. Kilala niyo ako. Ako pinaka-amiable dito. Mahal ko kayong lahat. Pero hindi tama yung pangyayaring iyon. Hindi ba? Kung galit po kayo, magsalita po siya dyan, magalit siya sa gobyerno niya, magalit siya sa kapatid niya, burahin niya kapatid niya. Pero wag naman niya idamay yung mga tao na walang kinalaman dyan. Katulad yan, never ako kinausap ni Senate President Soto. Never ako kinausap ng mga kasamahan ko dito about charter change. Kasi alam din nila, tutol ako. Tinanong ko din sila, wala silang kausap, wala silang kinalaman, wala silang alam sa charter change. This whole group is just nodding, shaking their heads. There is no such thing. Inday-badiday na ba tayo dito sa Senado? Kaya sinasabi, we're a circus. I apologize to those who are watching. They think we're a circus. We are a circus because this type of language that we are pushing in this August chamber, it's unparliamentary, Madam President. It is unparliamentary. And I'll tell you now, these people here, ladies and gentlemen, in this body are not in favor of any amendments to the Constitution. We just want to bring back the integrity of this same chamber. Cannot we discuss that as a group, as a body, that we fight for our integrity, for the good name to be brought back, for people like Jokno, people like Anyada, people like Aquino, people like Salonga, even Frank Drilon, people like Miriam Defensor Santiago, Joker Arroyo, who stood here for what was the best times of our institution. Have we forgotten that and we've made it already like a circus? Madam Chair, I do not agree. Because I'm not Macamarcos. I'm not, so when you come up with a propaganda tool like that, hitting all of us, it makes us look that we are, nasa panig po kami ng mali at nasa panig po kami ng mga demonyo. Diba? May panindigan po kami lahat dito, Madam President. So therefore, you can see my passion on this. I move to strike the horrible propaganda video off the records of this great institution, Madam President.
Before I recognize the former Senate President, may I ask the former Senate President, Senator Subiri, is that transformed into your motion?
Yes, that's a motion.
That is your motion.
That is a motion, Madam.
Yes. So before we act on your motion, may I hear first from the Minority Leader
Thank
and
you.
then Senator Tulfo? Yes. Is it a
Thank you, Your
manifestation
Honor.
or a motion as
Thank you
well?
very much, Your Honor. Well, this is a way of seconding the motion of Senator Subiri. First of all, the presentation, or what we call the editorial video that we witnessed, yes. I would like to take exception of my being mentioned there. Parang lumalabas na parang lahat ng narinig nila or nakikipag-meeting sa akin ang speaker o kung sino pa, parang pumayag ako. Sana tinanong nila yung source nila, pumayag ba ako? Yung mga binabanggit na idea, I did not even mention it to any member of the Senate. Tungkol doon sa mga ideas of, let's say, a regional Senate and all that. Ito mga idea ng mga tao to eh. Di ba? Kung nakikinig ka, narinig mo yung idea, ikaw ba'y sumang-ayon na? Dahil narinig mo? For example, in my case, I have never been in favor of charter change. Never. From the day I became a senator up to the present, ang dami namin pinagdaanan dyan. Ang mas gusto ko, CHA. C-H-A. Not charter change. Ang kailangan natin, CHA, character change. That is what we need. Kaya kung merong, let's say, may idea ang Speaker of the House, gustong kausapin ng Senate President at sinasabi nila, meron silang mga membro, ganito, idea ganito, nag-idea ganito, ay ibig sabihin ba nun, mali na kagad ako dahil narinig ko? Did I agree? Ang sabi ko pa nga, if we're going to change or amend, not change, amend, ang nabanggit ko. If you're going to amend the Constitution, baka ako pumayag sa isang bagay lang. Sabi ko, at yun may ingest ko pa sinabi. Sabi ko, ibaba natin ang edad. Bakit sa Amerika, 35 years old ng presidente? Ang senator, 30. Bakit sa atin 40 and 35? Kaya mali pa rin yung sinasabi doon sa isa sa comment sa the distinguished lady na sinasabi, gusto ko raw iakyat into 50 para ma-disqualify doon sa Duterte. That's not true, Mr. President, Madam President. That's impossible. I never said that. Di ba? I have nothing to do with the proposal for any elections of Sara Duterte in 2028. For all you know, I might vote for her. Di ba? Ano pa yan Hindi pa pwedeng porque pinag-uusapan, narinig mo, yun na kagad. At saka lalabas dito na para bang ako yung nakikiisa. I have nothing to do with the allegations of Chacha. I heard the proposals. I never brought it up to my colleagues, any one of them. Hindi ko binanggit As a matter of fact, there was one time na sinasabi yung meeting daw namin, Senator Lacson was there. He dropped by because he had the board meeting. Tapos sabi ko, tama-tama, nagkamali siya na pasok. Andun lang kami. Well, it's not a room. It's just the VIP area that's open, very open. Sabi ni Senator Lacson, ang ginagawa nyo rito? Nagkamali ako ng pasok. Hindi, sabi ko, nagkwentuhan lang kami. Sabi ko, at tinanong ko pa siya, ilan ba yung kwartong pinapagawa sa new Senate building? I even asked him that. Bakit? Sabi niya, why? Ito kang kako, yung mga congressmen gustong gawing regional. Gusto nilang gawing 36 ang mga senador. Sabi ko, tatanong ko kung kakasya ron. We were joking. So yung mga source na nakikinig ng mga kwento, parang they make it sound sinister. Mag-ingat po tayo sa mga ganong kwento. Hindi ko sinasabing hindi nangyari. Nangyari. Yung nag-usap kami, nakita kami. As a matter of fact, you will not be surprised. You should not be surprised if I often see Bojidi. Because Bojidi is my golf mate. Ang mga golfing friends namin, every now and then, nagkaka-dinner kami. And during that time, na pinag-uusapan nila yung na binabanggit na nag-meeting daw kami dahil sa Chacha. Parang ganun ang dating That's not true. Ang talagang topic namin was the new TW777 of Honma Meres. It's a new set of clubs that Speaker Boji was telling me that he wanted to buy and asked me if I've tried it already. Kami mga golfing buddies na grupo. Even Dom Mendoza was there because Dom Mendoza is NPC also. He's the Secretary General of NPC. So pagka nakikita-kita kami almost, every 2 weeks? Every month, we have an NPC meeting. We always miss you, Madam President, because you seldom attend. So hindi dapat masamahin kung nag-uusap-usap ang mga politiko, kung may mga idea mga politiko. That's why I really take offense. I take exception to what was presented. But I don't care about what the other mention or the other things that were mentioned. But as far as the issue of my involvement in Chacha is concerned, I vehemently deny. Definitely, I have nothing to do with that. And I second the motion of Senator Subiri that the editorial video should be stricken off the record because it appears na parang mayroon tayong sinister na plano na kasama kami. Thank you,
Yes.
Madam President.
Thank you very much. Just so that there's a proper order, according to who first raised his hand, I saw Senator Erwin Tulfo. I saw Senator.
I am
was it
objecting to the
Senator
motion, Madam
Sher-
President.
Let me just Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, was it? Senator Kiko Pangilinan and Senator Ping Lacson and Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Rafi Tulfo, and Senator Rodante Marcoleta. I hope I am not accused of favoring the minority, although I heard the good senator. Yes, Senator Marcoleta may speak after
Madam
Senator
President,
Erwin. Yes.
I think I need to be heard because I am the one who objected to the motion.
Oh, there's been an objection. Okay.
Yes.
The others are seconding the motion of Senator Miguel Zubiri.
Yes,
And
Madam President,
Senator
I think-
Dante Marcoleta is objecting to the motion to delete off the record the privileged speech. May we, the video in the privileged speech, we take note of that. May we hear the other seconding motions? And I think I've recognized the others in that order. Yes, we take note
Madam President, will
of
you
the
not
objection.
hear why I objected? I
Yes.
need to register the reasons why I objected to the motion.
Madam President, I raised my hands immediately after. So I guess siguro
May I,
before hearing the objection of the good gentleman.
that is what the
from
chair
Pampanga.
will, actually, that is what the presiding officer will actually say, that we will listen in the order that I mentioned, the seconding motions, and we will likewise listen to the objection so noted by Senator Marcoleta and all the reasons pertaining to the objection, and we will vote on the measure because there is an objection. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I second the motion to strike that off our records, that video presentation presented earlier, Madam President. Because, Madam President, all senators of this chamber, be it the majority, be it the minority, we need respect, or we deserve respect, Madam Chair. We must not tolerate presentation of unparliamentary acts. Yung tayo, yung ating institusyon, Madam Chair, isisirain doon po sa video presentation. Nasisira po yung ating ika institusyon. And what we're trying to do, Madam Chair or Madam President, instead of trying to regain yung credibility of this Senate, ano na lamang po at babanatan po natin mismo ang ating institusyon. Wala pong iniwan yun, Madam President, na sisirain po natin ang sarili nating tahanan. Mabuti po sana kung facts-based po yung mga iprinisit na kanina. Haka-haka lamang po. Akala ko nga po, fake news yung pinapanood ko, which I believe is fake news, which I believe is just an opinion, an idea of one person or one group, Madam President. I think, so I therefore seconded the motion that that video recording be stricken off the records of the Senate. Thank you, Madam President.
Take note of that. Next is Senator Kiko Pangilinan. We recognize.
Thank you, Mr. President. I likewise support the and second the motion to strike off the record the video, Mr. President. Clearly, disinformation has no place in this chamber, Mr. President. Sowing of intrigues has no place in this plenary hall, Mr. President. Fake news has no place in this plenary hall, Mr. President. And I say this by presenting the facts, Mr. President. This representation was chairman of the Constitutional Amendments Committee from August 12 until May 11. And the records will speak for itself. Sabi nga nila, we should seek the truth from the facts and not from disinformation video propaganda. What are the facts? From August 12 until May 11, Mr. President, the Committee on Constitutional Amendments never held hearings on constitutional change. That in itself is proof, Mr. President, that this haka-haka, this conspiracy to commit or to amend the Constitution for whatever reason, self-serving, term extension, NOEL, etc. These are lies, Mr. President. At least in this plenary hall and in this chamber, the Senate did not entertain charter change under my watch as chairman of the Committee on Constitutional Amendments. For the record, Mr. President, and I support the striking of the record, that it be stricken off the record, Mr. President.
Thank you. We take note of that, Senator Pangilinan. Just for the record, so that it is clear on, that's Rule 34, Section 93. Acts and language which offend a senator or any public institution shall be deemed unparliamentary. And Section 94, no senator under any circumstances shall use offensive or improper language against another senator or against any public institution, just for the record. We recognize then Senator Sherwin Gatchalian.
Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, for the record, never ho namin napag-usapan po ang charter change. CONAS, CONCON, People's Initiative, never po lumabas yung pangalan ng charter change sa aming pag-uusap. Nag-uusap po kami tungkol ho kung paano ho natin maiayos ang mga problema ho ng ating bansa. Higit sa lahat, paano ho mabalik ang tiwala ng taong bayan sa ating institusyon. Aminado ho tayo, pag tayo po ay umiikot sa buong Pilipinas, nakakausap po natin ang ating mga constituents, marami hong nagulat maraming nagalit at marami hong nadismaya. At ito ay hamon sa ating lahat, hindi lang po sa ating Senate President, kundi sa ating lahat kung paano ho tayo magtutulong-tulong, maibalik po ang dignidad at respeto ng taong bayan sa ating institusyon. Kaya mga kasama, itong mga lumalabas na video na ganito, hindi ho ito nakakatulong. Bagkus, ito rin po ay magkakaroon ng negatibong epekto sa pananaw po ng ating mga kababayan sa institusyon na mahal ho natin ang gusto ho natin protektahan. So with that, Madam President, let me second the motion of Senator Miguel Zubiri invoking Section 93 of our rules, acts, and language which offend a senator or any public institution shall be deemed unparliamentary. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. Let me just also note that maintaining and restoring the dignity of the institution, the Senate as an institution, is not a monopoly of a few in this institution. I believe that each and every one of us in this institution wishes to maintain the dignity. And all of us, to the best of our ability, whenever we are in plenary or in hearings or even outside our premises, are bound to that. Thank you. Senator Ping Lacson, please.
Thank you, Madam President. My name was mentioned by the distinguished minority leader, and I confirm that I witnessed a portion of their conversation. I think present during that discussion, of course, the minority leader, Speaker Boji D, the Deputy Speaker, I think Hernandez, and the former Secretary of the Senate, Dong Mendoza. Nagkamali po ako ng paso kasi I was about to attend a board meeting in the same area, and nakita ako nung tao ni Senator Soto. So napasok ako, sabi ko, "Ops, mali pala. Ano bang ginagawa niyo rito?" So, ang unang tanong sa akin, tama-tama kasi pag-uusapan namin na kung sakali magkaroon ng charter change, baka pwedeng request ng Speaker of the House kung pwedeng increase yung number of senators to 36 from 24. Ang naging role ko naman doon, kasi tama-tama, ilan ba yung kwarto doon sa Senate building? Sabi ko, 65, kasi yun ang request ni Senator Pimentel at that time. He was also thinking of increasing the number of senators. So, 36 lang kailangan. So, after that, and I confirm na probably ako yung sinasabi ni Lito Banayo na source, because immediately or the following Thursday, we used to have this Thursday eating club attended by Lito Banayo, Gringo Hunasan, and several other personalities. Some former senators, former congressmen, incumbent congressmen, sometimes Governor Rodito Albano would be there, ex-Congressman Suplico, and several others. So ako naman, walang wala naman seryoso sa pag-usapan. So I shared, sabi ko, kanina nga pala nung Monday or Tuesday, sabi ko na napapag-usapan na i-increase yung number of senators. So parang kwentuhan lang yon. Kung seryoso yon, hindi ko ikukwento kasi sensitive kung seryoso. And I also confirm the manifestations of several of my colleagues in the minority na never naming napag-usapan yan in as many caucuses that we held or we had in different places. Ang pinag-uusapan po lang namin, Madam President, kung paano natin isasalba yung integridad, yung dignidad, yung reputasyon ng Senado. Wala po kami ibang pag-uusapan na kaya kami magpaplano na mag-take over sa Senate leadership para sa CONAS. Never. I confirm their earlier statements, Madam President. So, kanina nabanggit ni Minority Leader Tito Soto na ang unang press statement ng ating distinguished Senator from Ilocos Norte, kaya raw babaguhin yung age of qualification. Itataas daw from 40 to 50 para ma-disqualify si VP Sara kasi hindi pa siya mag-50 in 2028. Baligtad po ngayon ang sinasabi. At baligtad doon sa katotohanan, dalang narinig ko usapan nila, ibababa yung age ng mga senador, hindi po si Presidente. mga senatorial candidates ibababa from 40 to 35. Nagbiro pa nga ako, ng presidente, I mean, ano. Nagbiro pa nga ako, sabi ko, partner, para ba kay Vico Soto yan? Nagbiro pa, in jest, of course, Mr. President. O Madam President. Yun po yung takbo ng usapan. So, paano nabuo yung istorya? Nakatakot-takot pa yung mga video. Wala pong katotohanan. Kaya nung na-interview po ako ng media, sabi ko, outright lies, flat lies. Kasi hindi po totoo na napag-usapan doon na itaas yung edad, yung qualifying age, pagtapo ng presidente sa vice-presidente from 40 to 50 para ma-disqualify. Nothing could be farther from the truth, Madam President. So with that, I support the motion of the former Senate President, former Majority Leader Mig Zubiri, na to strike off the record yung mga portions na offensive sa mga kapwa natin senador, Mr. Yeah, minus the whole video. I support that motion, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Lacson. We recognize Senator Bamakino, was it? Then Senator Tulfo, Rafi, and Senator Risa raised her hand. Just for the information of Senator Marcoleta, it's not that I'm delaying the reasons for your objection, sir. We are listening to the seconding motions. Thank you.
Magandang araw, Madam President, mga kasama. I rise to second the motion of Senator Zubiri. Dahil yung video po na nakita ho natin, marami hong pagsisinungaling. Unang-una po, klaklaruhin ko po, we have been meeting as a minority maybe 2 times a week. No? Baka naging 3 times pa yan. At ni isang beses po na pag-usapan ang constitutional change. Hindi ho yan binanggit ni former Senate President Soto, ni Senator Lacson. Hindi ho yan nabanggit ni isang beses. Wala hong pag-push, wala pong nagsabi, mag-meeting tayo para mag-chacha, para mag-conas, wala pong nangyaring ganyan. Unang-una pong fake news. Pero nais ko pong balikan yung video. Ano po ba yung sinasabi ng video? Sinasabi po ng video, nagkaroon ng leadership change dito sa Senado dahil pinipigilan ang charter change o CONAS. Hindi ho ba? Yan po yung ibig sabihin ng video, na yung bagong mayorya nagsama-sama para pigilan ang isang charter change. Tama ba ako, mga kasama? Yun yung ibig sabihin ng video eh. Kung yun po yung ibig sabihin ng video, at dahil nagkaroon ng leadership change para pigilan ang CONAS, marami pong naniwala sa fake news. Dahil wala po yan sa kahit anumang plano ng mayorya. When we were in the majority, there were 15 members of the majority. 4 po dyan, kasama na po ngayon ng bagong mayorya. Ni isang beses po, hindi na pag-usapan ang charter change sa anumang meeting po namin. Ni isang beses, hindi po napag-usapan ang CONCON o CONAS. Pagdating ko po dito sa Senado, ngayong 20th Congress, ni isang beses, hindi ho yan nabanggit. In fact, Mr. President, I don't even know kung meron naka-file. Meron bang naka-file na CHACHA o CONAS o CONCON ngayon in the 20th Congress? Palagi ko wala. Sabi po ni Senator Pangilinan, wala man silang napakinggan. Any motion, any bill on charter change, wala po. So kung sasabihin niyo po sa amin, ang rason kung bakit nagkaroon ng leadership change ay para pigilan ang isang CONAS o CONCON, ibig po sabihin yan, maraming naniwala sa fake news. Dahil hindi po totoo yan. Unang-una. Pangalawa, sa totoo lang po, marami ho dito ipaglalaban ang 1987 Constitution. Marami po dito hindi papayag na baguhin yan sa terminong ito. Marami po dito, hindi lang sa mayorya, pati rin po sa minority, ang magsasama-sama para hindi mabago ang 1987 Constitution. At higit pa po dito, ito pong sasabihin ko, marami rin po dito hindi papayag sa isang no-election scenario. Siguro po, kung tinanong kami, kayo ba dito ay para sa charter change? Baka po makita po ng ating distinguished lady na marami po ditong sasang-ayon na ayaw natin ng charter change. Kung nagtanong lang po, ilan ba dito talaga yung ayaw ng eleksyon? Baka malaman po lahat tayo dito. Talagang 2028 election, paninindigan po natin na matutuloy. Kung tinanong lang po kami, siguro po, masasabi ho natin ngayon pa lang, kung nagbilangan tayo ngayon, baka 24 pong makuha natin na hindi papayag sa charter change. Baka 24 po ang makita ho natin na hindi papayag na walang eleksyon. So para sabihin po na yung minority, yan ang pinakapaka, yun po'y mali, yun po'y fake news, yun po'y misinformation, and I second the motion of Senator Zubiri to strike this video off the record. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Bamakino. We recognize Senator Raffy Tulfo.
Madam President, I support the motion of Senator Mig Zubiri to strike sa record yung video presentation ni Senator Amy Marcos. I've been in public service broadcasting sa media for almost 30 years now. First time na ako nakita ng How Shao presentation kanina. But before that, let me tell you this. Sana wag natin gamitin yung plenary para sa mga conspiracy theories natin. Sana maging totoo lang tayo. Again, babalikan natin yung sinasabi ko, experience ko sa media. 30 years na po ako sa media. Kapag ako po or anybody from the media, professional, legit, hindi yung How-Shao, pag nag-expose, gumawa ng expose, binabakapan yan ng video related doon sa expose, hindi yung gawa-gawa, hindi yung katang-isip, hindi yung opinion. Pag naglabas ng expose ang isang tao, especially dito sa bulwagang ito, dapat related doon sa sinasabi noong senador. Just like what Senator Zubiri said, nakita niyo naman po, Madam President, every time na ako'y gagawa ng expose, every time na ako'y gagawa dito ng privilege speech, at yung privilege speech ko, binabakapan ko po ng mga sumbong, actual na mga sumbong na mga taong lumalapit sa aking programa at dinadala ko rito para mabigyan ng solusyon ang problemang inalalapit sa akin at hindi po yung opinion lamang. Ganun po dapat tayo rito. Now, ilang beses na po tayo nagpalit ng liderato dito sa Senado. Every time nagkaroon ng palitan, ngayon lang po ako nakita na nagkakaroon ng kaguluhan. Why? What's wrong? Dapat hindi na po. Let's move on. Kasi nasasayang po yung oras natin dito, puro na lang bangayan. The people have spoken. Sinasabi nila, enough is enough. We've been like a circus for the past few days. Pinagtatawanan po tayo. I was out there last night. Pag naglalakad ako, kinakausap ko ng mga tao, ano nangyari sa Senado? Ano bang nangyari sa inyo? What's going on? Nakakaya na po. Ang panawagan ko, magtrabaho na lang po tayo. Itigil na po natin to mga kung ano ng mga nasa katang-isip natin. Let's move on because we were voted, elected by the people para magtrabaho, hindi para magbangayan. Maraming salamat, Madam President.
Maraming salamat po. Tayo po ay nakikiisa rin sa sinabi nyo. May katanungan lang po ang presiding officer because we are using either the Filipino language or English. I would like to request the good gentleman from Isabela to use a alternative word to How Shao because it may be difficult to translate it. Is that Filipino? I just want to be enlightened.
How shall
Yes.
street lingo meaning fake?
I'm sorry.
Ibig sabihin fake,
Okay.
ibig sabihin peke.
Yes. So that it's clear because I
Pirated.
was also asked. So are
Pero
you
Tagalog na yun.
are you there editing or amending the statement?
Sige, from
because
How
even
Shao,
the,
let's
the
edit it to
spelling was not clear
fake.
also to the stenographers.
Hindi legit. Okay, yun lang
Opo.
po. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Madam President.
Since we're talking about parliamentary language, may we also cite that everyone uses either English in its traditional form and Filipino and or other languages of the 120 languages of the Philippines. Thank you. Senator Risa Ontiveros. Thank you.
Salamat po, Madam President. Madam President, sinusugundahan ko rin po ang motion ni Senador Mig Zubiri na strike ang video po na iyan sa record nitong sesyon. Ulitin ko lang po ang sinabi ko last week sa sarili ko namang privilege speech. Ganito na ba kababa ang inaabot ng politika sa Pilipinas? Na hanggang dito sa floor ay magbabatuhan tayo ng putik. Sanay naman tayo sa pakikipagdebate, pagtanggap ng batikos at pagsagot sa mahihirap na tanong. So, hindi ako sensitibo sa puna. Sanay ako dyan. Pero, Madam President, ang pinakita po na video ay fake news. Hindi ko yan pwedeng hayaan kasama ng ating mga kasama na andyan na lang unchallenged. Delivering a privileged speech is not the same as having the privilege to have fake news entered into the official record as if it were evidence. The materials presented made serious claims about the intentions of fellow senators, including allegations about pursuing charter change without presenting proof sufficient to support those conclusions. Kung may alegasyon tungkol sa charter change, ipakita ang boto, panukala o aksyon. Huwag naman hahantong pa, gaya ni sinabi ng kasama natin, sa conspiracy theories. Dear colleagues, we can argue hard without lowering the dignity of this chamber. Last week, nag-privilege speech po ako tungkol sa barilan dito sa Senado. Napakarami pong nagsabing magtatanong sa akin pero wala naman ngayon. At ngayon, may bago na naman pong kwento. Ibang storya na naman po ang gusto ngayong linggo. Nakakahiya na, please. Araw-araw na lang bang ganito? Huwag naman sanang dumating ang araw na wala na tayong mukhang maihaharap sa mga Pilipino. At for the record, gaya din ng sinabi ng maraming kasama, malinaw naman ang track record ko na mariin na pagtuto sa charter change at gaya ng sinabi ng mga kasama, wala pong pinag-usapang charter change. Muli, Madam President, for the record, sinusugundahan ko po ang motion. Salamat po, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator Risa Ontiveros. May we recognize Senator J.V. Ejercito.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Likewise, may I also put on record that I support the motion of Senator Zubiri that the privilege speech of our colleague be stricken off the records. And Madam President, allow me to explain. Let us not allow this august institution to be used as a platform for disinformation. Fake news is already a serious problem in our country, one that continues to mislead the public, distort important issues, and erode trust in our institutions. Sinisigundahan ko rin ang mga pahayag ng aking pong kasamahan kanina, yung pong Constitutional Assembly, Charter Change or People's Initiative, kailanman hindi namin napag-usapan o kailanman hindi napag-usapan ng lahat dito sa Senado. At siguro kung magbabalik na ho tayo, Madam President, naalala ko po, siguro first time in history that 24 senators came up that rostrum declaring that we are all in unison against People's Initiative, against Charter Change, and against any Constitutional Assembly. So hindi pa ho natin kailanman pinag-uusapan yan kailanman. Precisely, Madam President, we are policymakers. We carry a greater responsibility to uphold the truth and set a higher standard in our public discourse. Madam President, sa akin na lang po, personally, I feel sad about what is happening to our institution lately. And I guess all of us has that duty on what we have to do to bring back that trust, that dignity this institution has always been remembered. Ibalik natin dapat ang tiwala ng taong bayan sa Senado. Hindi dapat dagdagan na ito po ay malugmok pa. Ibalik ang tiwala sa Senado. Maraming salamat po, Madam President.
Thank you. I believe that all the members of the minority have signified their feelings about and thoughts about the privileged speech of Senator Marcos. There has been an objection by Senator Rodante Marcoleta. May we hear the reasons for the objection?
Madam President, before I start, I would like to make, I'd like to be sure if our colleague, Senator Lito Lapid, will also stand to second the motion.
Oh, I mentioned that all the members of the minority, I failed to mention Senator Lito Lapid. I am sure that the good senator from Pampanga would like to associate himself with the motion of Senator Zubiri. Okay.
Madam President,
Proceed.
I got his word. He is not seconding the motion of my amiable friend, the former Majority Leader, Senator Mig Zubiri. Madam President, the motion was premised on Section 93 of the Senate Rules. May I read this again, Madam President? Acts and language which offend a senator or any public institution shall be deemed unparliamentary. Madam President, I have not heard any word from Senator Jaime Marcos that offended the sensibilities of our counterparts in the minority. I think what is being objected to Madam President, which is not covered by the rules, are the videos that were presented during or before her speech. Pwede ko bang malaman, Madam President, kung yung pinay-strike out, kasama po yung video na nakita natin na kung saan ay nagsasalita ang ating kasama, Senator Risa Hontiveros. Kasi po sinabi niya, while BP Sara is in power, the threat of a full-blown Duterte comeback is still a very real and present danger. Sa akin po, walang problema yun. Opinion niya yun eh. And we have to respect that opinion. Yan po ba'y pinaalis natin? Gusto ko lang pong malaman, isa-isahin natin. Pangalawa po, nakita ko rin po yung sarili ko. Kasi po, ako'y naanyayahan sa isang television program, tinanong lang po ako, totoo po bang merong connection yung coup? Kasi po, ang tawag coup eh, hindi naman po coup, yung karaniwang nangyayari po sa buhay ng Senado yun eh. Palitan talaga yan. Maraming beses na po yan. Ang sabi ko po, kasi kinukonekta daw nila sa impeachment. Sabi ko, hindi po siguro. Sabi ko, dahil sa ngayon, 12 kami. Hindi naman kinakailangan naming mag-coup para lamang i-prostrate natin yung impeachment. Palagay ko po, hindi. Yung po bang opinion ko na yun, tatanggalin? Gusto ko lang pong malaman. Kasi po, meron pa po nga sinabi, sinungaling. Meron din po nagsabing gano'n eh. Ang ibig ko po sabihin, Madam President, ngayon po nakita natin the vibrancy of democracy in this chamber. Isa-isa po silang nagsalita lahat. Nabigyan ng pagkakataong ipaliwanag ang kanilang panig. Hindi po ba maganda ngayon na nakita ng taong bayan, nagamit nga lang po yung kanyang presentation. Pero naging daan para mapakinggan ng buong mamamayan. At sila na po ang final arbiter, Madam President. Ako nga po eh. Ako nga po. Kailan lang nag-privilege speech ang isa sa atin dito. Habang nagsasalita siya, pinadaan niya ang isang slide na merong isang papel, na merong takip, at pagkatapos merong nakasulat, care of Congressman Marcoleta, 500. Isang kapirasong papel na tinakpan. Nung hindi pinatos ng media, kinabukasan, nagpa-interview siya, hindi minsan, 2 beses, para lamang ipangalandakan ang importansya ng papel na may takip at merong nakasulat, care of Kong Marcoleta, 500. Nagsalita po siya sa media 2 beses at paiimbestiga raw ako sa ombudsman. Dahil po ba sa media nangyari yon at hindi dito? May diferensya po ba? Wala. Walang diferensya yun. Pareho lang yun. Napakasensitibo natin sa ibang banda. Pero hindi natin nakikita ang ginagawa natin. On the other hand. Bakit po hindi nasasagot hanggang ngayon yung tanong ni Senador Risa? Bakit po tayo nagkaganito ngayon, Madam President? Kasi po, napigilan lang akong magtanong. Ngayon ko na po tatanong. Alam po ba ninyo kung bakit tayo nagkaganito, Madam President? Kasi po matagal ko nang sinasabi, 9 na buwan na po ang nakararaan, ngunit ayaw nating ituloy ang pag-iimbestiga sa flood control scandal. Isang pinakamalaking nakawan sa ating bansa. Parang ninakawan ng isang pamilya sa tanghaling tapat at ang mga magnanakaw ay hindi nakamaskara. Nakakurbata lahat. Nakabarong Tagalog. Paano hindi masisira ang kumpiyansa ng mamamayan kapag tinalikuran natin ang ganong pananagutan? Ano pong sinabi pa sa akin? Imbes na sagutin nila yung privilege speech ko noon, nasa pamimilit ko na, eto pong tungkulin natin eh. Naging PNP chief kayo. Ako po'y humanga sa inyo noon. Hindi ko na ikukwento ang lahat ng ito. Bakit ngayon? Bakit hindi natin gawin lahat yon? Alang-alang sa interes ng bayan. Kaya po tayo sumadsad ngayon dahil yung pananagutan na yun, pinipilit po nating pigilin. Ang dami po nating pinagtatakpan. Tumayo siya, imbes na sagutin niya ang aking sinasabi. Ano po sinabi niya? Kung ano-ano po sinabi, nagpalabas din po siya ng napakaraming video na kinakampihan ko si Diskaya, nag-bla-bla-bla, na ang asawa ko raw ay independent na ganito. Lahat po. Pati yung tayo ko sa Congress noon, na sinasansala ko yung mga kasama ko because ngayon ko lang nakita ang Vice President, nagpipresent siya ng budget for 2025. Inaaglahi siya sa budget 2022 and 2023. Yung mga ganun po. Bakit po ngayon biglang nagbago ang kulay natin? Bakit po ganyan tayo ngayon? Bakit po napakababa? Siguro po, kung may pagkakataon tayo, maring bukas o kang makalawa, makikita po ninyo yung complete video yung nangyari nung Lunes, May 11, 2026. Kung paano, alas 7 pa lang ng umaga, nandito na yung tropa ng NBI na nakipag-coordinate sa opisina ng OSAA. Sapagkat balak pala nilang hulihin ang isang senador. Hindi po ba? Nagkaroon na po ng admission. Tinanong ko pa nga yung ating former SP kung nakita niya yung warrant of arrest. Pinakita ba sa'yo? Sabi naman niya, hindi. Naniwala po ako ron. Ngunit bakit sinabi niya, mag-coordinate kayo sa OSAA? Alam po ba ninyo, Madam President, kung ako po ang Senate President, kaya ko lang naman ginagawang halimbawa ito, Madam President, dahil hindi naman po ako magiging Senate President. Kung ako lang, hindi ko papayagan yon, Madam President. Bakit po? Respeto na lang sa premises ng institusyon na ito. Gawin niyo ang gusto niyong gawin. Huwag dito. Nakikiusap ako, utang na loob. Huwag dito. I will do that. Pero ano po nangyari? And the rest is history. Hinabol po ng hinabol, kamuntik na pong nahulog sa hagdanan ng Senator Bato. Ganun po ba ang pagtrato sa isang senador? Sinasagot ko po yung tanong, bakit po tayo nagkaganito? Isipin po ninyo, bakit hindi kayo magsimula doon? Meron po bang isa sa mga minority counterparts natin ngayon, Madam President? Meron po bang isa na sumama sa akin nung ako'y nagsasalita na parang si John the Baptist, ako na lang ang isang nagsasalita. Ituloy natin ang investigasyon. Meron po ba silang lakas ng loob na samahan ako? Madam President? Wala po. That's why I'm objecting to the motion. Wag po tayong balat sibuyas. Wag po tayong balat sibuyas. Salamat po, Madam President.
Yes, thank you very much. That is noted. Senator Rodante Marcoleta, we recognize the Senate President.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Madam Senate President, dear colleagues. Let me start with a biblical principle. Kung anong ating itatanim, yan ang ating aanihin. Baliktarin po natin. Ito po ang ating inaani ngayon. So balikan natin ano ba ang ating tinanim. So allow me to put on record 3 topics. First, ano ba ang karapatan at responsibilidad ng bawat senador? Number 2, when we talk about the dignity ng Senate at yung kasagsagan, kailan ba nag-umpisa yon? And pangatlo, na tingin kong pinaka-importante, ano ba priorities natin and how do we move forward? So, dun muna tayo sa ano ba ang karapatan at responsibilidad ng bawat senador. Gusto ko pong sabihin sa sarili ko at sa bawat miyembro ng Senado na hawak mo yung beat. Mga senador, hawak natin ang beat. Ano po ibig sabihin? Hawak natin ang mic, lalo sa mga panahon na to. Kahit sino po sa atin ang magsalita ay news sa panahon na ito. So kung pipiliin natin ay pag-usapan ay edukasyon, katulad ng sinabi ni Senator Bam sa kanyang vlog, yun po ay mapupunta sa record. Kung pag-uusapan natin agricultural smuggling, problema sa taniman ngayon, problema sa fertilizer, pag pinag-usapan po natin yung 7% inflation, pag-usapan natin ilan araw pa ba meron tayong gasolina. At yung po ba ay katulad nung the last 60 days na dagdag ng dagdag o panipis na po ba ang supply worldwide? Pag pinag-usapan natin, fiscal space po natin at dolyar sa peso, hawak po natin ang bit eh. Tayo po ang pwedeng magdikta kung anong pag-uusapan. Pero tignan po natin yung interview since May 11. Dalawa lang naman eh. Paano palitan muli si Alan Cayetano? At pangalawa, bakit bumaksak ang dignidad ng ating Senado? Okay. I'm talking in general ha. Pa isa-isa po, may nagsasalita tungkol sa inflation. Kanina lang po, si Senator Raffy Tulfo ay sinabi nga niya na dapat yung mga importante sa ating bayan. Pero ito pong Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, ang pinag-uusapan po yung 13-11. Pinag-uusapan fireworks. Pinag-uusapan papalitan. I'm at your service and I am at your disposal. Show me 13 hands or 13 signatures. I will even administer your oath if you want to. Ano po ang nasabi po last week? Bumaksak daw po ang Senado. And alam niyo po, kasundo ko si Senator Win. I wasn't joking. I was making him smile, but I would vote for him. Pero sabi niya kanina, ibalik ang dignidad ng Senado. Okay, I'll take it with good faith. Ang problema, Senator Win, yan ang narrative ng minority eh. Na simula nung Mayo 11, bumaksak. Sinabi ni Senator Ping, may I allow, and correct me Senator Ping kung mali, sabi niyo yung biruan ngayon, mas mabango pa yung House kaso sa Senate, at usually kasi mas mataas ang Senate. I will take exception to that. Why? Because the Pulse Asia, if I'm not mistaken, in December 2019, when I was Speaker and Senator Soto was Senate President, the Senate was 66% and the House was 66%. When I was Speaker, pareho lang po ang trust rating, ang performance rating ng House at saka ng Senado. Bumaksak po ang Senado nung nagsimula po yung flood control. Dahil po, ilan ang binanggit sa minority. Pero ilang beses po sinasabi ng minority, bakit ganon? Kapag ka minority, may insertion daw. Pagka majority, amendment. Una, napakaraming ghost, tapos konti na lang. Tapos si Senator Jinggoy, ganito daw in-insert, tapos nung sinupina ng ombudsman, ang LBRO, yung pong may hawak ng dokumento, wala naman pala. I won't go into that because I do respect the hard work that every single senator, may it be Senator Marcoleta, may it be Senator Erwin Tulfo, or our chairman, Senator Lacson. I respect the work. I disagree on many things, but I do not criticize. Did I say bumaksak dahil sayo? Wala po. Kasi hawak natin ang bit eh. Sasabihin nyo po, yes, but 24 tayo, yes. Pero kung 11 sa atin ang sinasabi, ang problema ay si Cayetano, palitan yan, at 13 naman tayo na nagsasabing con-as yan, at impeachment yan, etc. yan, edi 24 na tayo na yun ang pinapakinggan ng tao. Hindi inflation, hindi yung ekonomiya, hindi yung teenage pregnancy, hindi yung tumataas na bilang ng mga may AIDS, hindi yung problema sa PhilHealth, hindi po nakawalan ng flu vaccine ng ating DOH. Napakarami pong issue. Mr. President, bakit po ba na yung linggo ng May 11 ay naging napakamasalimuot para sa atin? At yun po ay naging bullseye para sa marami. First of all, hindi po nanggaling sa bagong majority na kapag ka nag-take over etong majority na to, ay i-dismiss po ang impeachment. I-delay ang impeachment. Magiging partial ang impeachment. Kailan po niyo ako narinig na sinabi ko yung dating majority o minority ngayon? Pagka kayo ang majority, siguradong ma-impeach, siguradong guilty si Vice President Sara. Wala po. Kasi nirerespeto ko politika niyo. Pero once na mag-oath kayo, naniniwala ko, impartial na kayo. Mahirap maniwala. Mahirap sa mga statements nyo tungkol sa Vice President. Mahirap maniwala na kayo'y magiging impartial. Di ko nilalahat. Ilan lang po sa inyo. But I recognize it's the same for us. Nahihirapan kayo maniwala na yung ilan sa amin na malapit sa Vice President, ako personally, malapit ako sa dating Pangulo, hindi po ako malapit sa Vice President. Pero kung ako'y maniniwala na kayo'y pwedeng maging impartial, Why can't you give us the benefit of the doubt that we can also be impartial? Even Senator Padilla, who's very close to the Vice President, na ang dami ng statement, sabi niya, kaya nga nagsasalita bago mag-oath kasi once na mag-oath, susundin niya yun. Ako po'y Kristiyano, siya po'y Muslim. Pero pareho kaming naniniwala, brother, di ba? Na once nag-oath ka, kasalanan sa Diyos ang wag sundin yung oath. So, Madam President, it's a two-way street. What's the difference? The difference is the minority keeps speaking outside the session hall na hindi natin basta't masagot. Senator Amy is speaking in the session hall na lahat sila ay pwedeng tumayo. Number 2, outside the session hall, walang out of order. Dito po meron. I'll go to that later kasi meron naman po tayong rules at may way forward tayo. But the first thing po, yung binansagan po ang majority na ang dahilan daw po ay yung impeachment. We've proven that wrong. In fact, I'll ask for another caucus tomorrow to finalize matters regarding the impeachment because on Thursday, may final meeting naman yung secretariat, yung magiging clerk of court, and we want to get your inputs. Secondly po, Senator Bato, he's a member of this establishment. He is entitled to go here and to vote. Bakit naging issue na pumunta dito para bumoto lang? The leadership of the Senate determines the direction of the Senate. The Senate is the last line of defense when it comes to democratic issues or issues that affect our democracy. That's been the history of the Senate, pre-martial law and after martial law. Kaya nga yun ang hinala, bakit inabolish ng martial law? Because the independence of the Senate is very important. Yun po ang ginamit sa akin ni Senator Coco then Senator Tito Soto, who I respect. During Duterte's time, sabi nila, we have to have an independent Senate. Wag si Alan kasi masyadong malapit. Well, I'm the first one now of 4 SPs since 2022 na hindi ko makiklaim na malapit sa presidente. Have any one of you given us the benefit of the doubt that we will have an independent Senate? Hindi ko na narinig yun eh. Panay sinong malapit sa Malacanang? O yan, walang gagawin niya kundi lalabanan ng Malacanang. Eto, ganyan. Yan ang usap-usapan. That's the not so secret. Why can't we bind together, minority, majority, and be an independent Senate? Not to confront the executive, to collaborate, but also as checks and balances. Last point po, before I go to a way forward. Ba't ba nag-umpisa to at ba't ba nangyari yung May 13? Can you show the video kung anong ginawa sa ating empleyado? Madam President, can I have permission? This is a very short video. It's of public record. I just like, and I want to honor Senator Migs kasi siya tumayo at sinabi yung ginawa kay Terence Lim ay hindi tama. But I didn't know na ganito pala ang problema. Wag na yung buong video ng buong pangyayari ng May 11. Yun lang pong ginawa kay Terence Lim. When they were leaving the building, nagtutulakan, kinuha ng mga taga-NBI at ginulpe si Terence Lim.
Just to clarify so that everyone knows, Terence Lim is Senate
is Senate OSA, our
OSA.
employee.
Yes.
At yung isang taga-OSA naman ay hinarangan at tinabayhan ng isang taga-NBI. Nung gulpi at dapa na siya, lalo pang ginulpe, ayaw siyang palapitan sa medical. At nung siya'y binuhat, dinadala siya at pinosasan at dadalin siya sa sasakyan ng NBI para dalhin sa NBI. Okay? That's inside our premises. Have I heard anyone say that the dignity of the Senate is at stake here because the NBI ay nanggulpe sa loob ng ating premises, ayaw sumunod sa order ng Senate President at tinatakot pa ang ibang OSAA at isasakay sa kotse at dadalhin sa NBI. Isa lang po sa minority ang narinig ko po. Si Mig Zubiri, former Senate President. Did you ever hear me say anything about that? No. Because we're all waiting for the independent investigation. Do you have the video para kitang-kita? Guys, kanina ko pa sinasabi, excuse me, Madam
We
President.
have the video.
Can you show the whole video?
Pakita.
Kahit yung ano,
Yes.
yung palabas pa lang, kahit na sabihin yung hindi kitang-kita siya doon.
Mula sa simula, please, yung video.
Yung palabas pa lang sila Terence doon sa harap.
Who's in charge of the video? Oh. Yes, may we
Yeah.
request
While they're preparing it,
the
Madam Chair,
technical to show the video
this is
from the
what
start?
will set the tone of why our OSAA was on high alert on Tuesday and Wednesday. And that is why they were wearing vests, and that is why they had to have weapons. Because the NBI was treating the Senate like a palengke. Oh, ayan, is that it?
The person in white on the ground is Terence Lim, OSAA,
And all
or
those
Senate
who are
Security.
holding them back are NBI. Yung NBI pa ang pumipigil. Ang pulis nakatingin lang. Yeah, continue the video. No, show the whole video, yung hanggang binitbit sa kotse. O kaya yung CCTV. Hindi pa nakita nung maraming senador to. Madam Chair, that's one reason na hindi ko sinisisi yung iba sa minority. Kasi ako mismo, hindi ko nakita yung buong video. That's why I have communicated to everyone, including to the NBI. Mag-inhibit sila, tapusin natin ng buong buo yung investigasyon para makita natin kahit yung CCTV muna. But the point is, Madam Chair, paglabas pa lang dinukot siya, ginulpe, ayaw palapitan sa medical. Isipin niyo po sa loob ng sarili nating remember, Madam President, this is not a department. We're not the DOJ, the DOLE, DSWD. We are a branch of government. The Constitution says we are a co-equal branch. Ang OSAA ba pwedeng manggulpe sa loob ng Malacanang? Ang OSAA ba pwedeng manggulpe sa loob ng Supreme Court? Oh, pero ba narinig ko yung dignity natin, New York? Yung ating dignity ay giniba dahil sa NBI? Wala po eh. Si Alang Cayetano pa rin ang pinagbibintangan nyo. Bakit ako ba nang gulpi dyan? Hindi po ako ang pumayag. If you see the video, more than 20 agents of the NBI were allowed in on May 11. And we already napagtagpi-tagpi. The OSAA then and the SecGen were meeting. They even inspected the helipad and all parts kung saan pwesto yung mga NBI. So again, at this point, I'm not making a conclusion. At this point, I'm not pointing fingers. So let me move to the last point. Moving on, moving forward. Do you have the video ba? Pinakita nyo na kanina yung CCTV. O yan, palabas pa lang. O yan.
Binubugbog si Terence Lim na OSAA Senate employee.
Binubugbog ng NBI sa loob ng Senate premises. At nung binugbog na, ayaw pang dalhin sa medical. Ayan, nakatayo na. Oh. Footage ng GMA yan. May footage din na dinadala sa kotse ng NBI. And if you look at our rules and the Constitution, we have jurisdiction over our premises. So, dun sa nagsasabing hindi inatake ang Senado, sige, nagpipigil na nga ako, hindi na nga ako nagsasalita eh. Pero nakita nyo nangyari yan. So ano yung context ng CONAS? I don't take it against Senator Soto, Senator Lacson, Senator Bam Aquino, Senator Kiko. They were not senators from 2022 to 2025. When Senator Mig Subiri and the rest of the group had to deal with the PI issue. Okay, that's in the past. So moving na. Okay. So I think lahat naman po tayo na ilabas na natin ang ating mga opinion. And I'm not stopping anyone from talking. It's a holiday on Wednesday. It's a day that Muslim Filipinos will be celebrating. Dapat makiisa po tayo sa paniniwala ng bawat isa out of respect, not sa same paniniwala. And I'm not suggesting we stop talking about politics. I'm suggesting number one, na pagbigyan ako ni Senator Amy na i-withdraw instead of ipa-strike off. Bakit po? Nakalagay kasi sa rules natin, any statement, and I paraphrasing, no, that offends a senator or the institution. No, so theoretically, may sabihin lang aking kaibigan Senator Migs, even if it's correct o hindi. It's the reason for this rule. What rule is that? That's yeah. No senator under any circumstance shall use offensive or improper language against another senator or against any public institution. This has happened many, many times in this August hall. This has happened. We offended each other. But why do you have this rule? Because we're collegial. The reality is we have to go home tonight upset at each other, but we have to go back tomorrow and work. Yun yung spirit nung sinabi ni Senator Pia na nangamusta ba? Because siguro sa lahat sa atin, bukod sa hindi siya mapolitika, she genuinely treats everyone here as her friend. So when something traumatic happens, many of our kababayans don't know that while myself, Senator Mark were in my room, Senator Lawrence, Senator Camille, and Senator Pia, once the security find out na barilan na, rushed into my room, turned off the light, then pushed them into a smaller room, yung banyo. Diba? So, it's traumatic. You may criticize what she said, how she said it, etc. But akala ko ba all feelings are valid? Bakit pag na-trauma yung nasa majority ngayon, mali. Pero pag na-trauma yung minority, okay lang. Diba? I'm talking in general. Whether you talk about green, yellow, pink. So, labas na ako dyan. Hindi naman ako Senate President ng buong bansa in the sense that I'm not elected like the Vice President and the President. I'm Senate President, but I am the servant leader of the 24 senators, including Senator Bato. I'm here at your service. Kung papayagan ako ni Senator Amy, then I'll ask her to withdraw. Number two, kung papayagan ako ng minority, tomorrow, let's talk about the impeachment, but let's also talk about what are your priorities. What are our priorities? Let's use the last few session days. You want to talk about changing the Senate President? I won't take it against you. It's your right. Pero wag tayo dun sa yung integridad ng institusyon kasi syempre, didepensa kami. Diba? Dahil ang tingin namin, bumaksak na to dati pa. But we're not pointing fingers. Bakit bumaksak? We're just letting history judge it. Sabi po nung iba, fresh start. Bakit? Hindi ba fresh start pagdating ko? Hindi pa nga ako nagsa-start, inuupa ka na ako eh. Ganun na ganun nangyari sa SEA Games. When I was Secretary of Foreign Affairs, not a threat, serving everyone, wala akong problema sa SEA Games. As soon as I ran for Congress at sinabing magsi-speaker, kaliwat kanan na yung banat sa akin. But we proved them wrong. Nanahimik kami, overall champion, most number of gold medals, and it launched the careers of many in the Olympics. So again, I can take that attitude. Sa SEA Games, nagpagulpe muna ako. Actually, wala naman akong choice. Pero hindi kami gumante. Bakit? Because in the end, the performance will decide or will dictate whether we were justified or not yung mga pinanggagawa. So the same with me. Judge me as Senate President every single day, every single week. Kung tatagal ako ng 1 month, 2 months, edi for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, di ba? Pero yung inuunahan, hindi pa nga nag-uumpisa, fresh start na, medyo foul naman yon. Yes, it's political, pero medyo foul naman, di ba? So I guess yun lang naman po ang spirit ng ating mga privilege speech dito na very political. Can we go back and start talking again about health, about education, about that's why we were unanimous in retaining and again putting Senator Win as the chairman of the Protect Committee because he was doing a good job in how the government can help us. No, so again, my speech is not perfect. You want to interpolate me in a later date, etc. But lahat nung nasa minority may tama kayong sinabi kanina. Sabi niyo po, people are watching us. So Senator Amy, the ball is first in your hands. Afterwards, it goes to the minority. Thank you for giving me this. Oh, sandali lang po, Senator Padilla, na hindi ko tataasan ng boses, brother. Ay magsasalita muna daw. Thank you for this opportunity, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senate President Alan Cayetano. We recognize Senator Robin Padilla.
Ginang Pangulo, nais ko lamang pong linawin yung mga napag-usapan kanina. Sapagkat kung meron pong isa dito na naniniwala sa charter change, ako po bagong senador pa lang at nangangampanya pa lang, 2010 pa lang, ako po ay pabor na baguhin ang konstitusyon. Kaya po ako ay tumayo sapagkat napag-usapan po kanina na patungkol po doon sa mga nagfa-file. 19th Congress, 20th Congress, may pina-file po ako. Con-con, con-as, ganyan. Kaya po ako, noong tayo po ay naging minority na, nung sila na po naging majority, bago pa lang po ako maging minority, ibinigay ko na po ito kay Senator Kiko Pangilinan. At siya nga po ang naging chairman nito. At ngayon po na bumalik sa akin, gusto ko pong sabihin sa lahat na hindi pa rin po nagbabago ang aking intensyon na paghiringan ito. At katunayan, nangyari po itong ganap na ito. Ako na po ang pinakamasayang tao dito dahil napag-usapan po ang charter change. Inuulit ko po, ako po ay pabor dyan. At ako po ay number 1 na isinusulong ang foreign investment, papasukin dito, parliamentary form of government at federalismo. Wala po akong pinagbago magmula nung kumampanya hanggang ngayon. Ito na po ang pinakamagandang nangyari sa balat ng lupa pag pinag-usapan si Senator Padilla. At sana po, mga ginoong at ginang, napakaganda po ng nangyari na nag-uusap tayo dito sa plenaryo. Dahil itong pangyayari nito, ibig sabihin, tayo po talaga ay mambabatas. Mas maganda po na dito tayo nag-uusap kaysa parinigan po tayo ng parinigan sa media. Ito na po yung pangarap ko. Ito po yung Westminster na sinasabi. Mag-usap tayo, magdebate tayo. Ito na po yun. Kaya sana, mga mahal kong kasama, tanggapin niyo po ang aking pasasalamat. Maging hindi payag, maging payag sa charter change, isa lang ang totoo. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Padilla. We recognize once again Senator Amy Marcos.
Yes, maraming salamat po, Ginang Pangulo. At tunay na nakaka-offend ng mga sentimiento na nagkalat sa SOCMED na siyang nilaman ng videong ipinakita. Subalit nakaka-offend din kasi yung mga sinasabi ng ilang senador tungkol sa akin na sadyang sinungaling, na lahat daw na lumalabas sa bibig ko ay lahat all BS, outright lies, at yung iba pa may pahaging na kinakailangan daw ako ipasok sa mental institution. Pero isang tabi na natin yan. Susumiti ako sa hiling ng ating SP Alan na i-withdraw ang video kung yan ang gusto. Sana kapalit niyan, ipangako natin lahat sa ating taong bayan na walang term extension na mangyayari at na may eleksyon sa 2028. Yun lang po ang aking hinihiling.
We take note of that and we thank the good senator from Ilocos, Senator Marcos. Since the video has been withdrawn,
Yes,
the
therefore,
motion of Senator Zubiri.
Yes, Madam President, if I may, because of that, and with the clarity that all of us here want elections sa 2028, hindi
Yes.
kami papayag na walang eleksyon. Sabi ko nga, magkaroon na talaga ng kaguluhan at we will defend it with our life, the right to suffrage. So with that, Madam Chair, I withdraw also my motion to as it's already been requested by the sponsors of to withdraw the video.
Thank you, Senator Mig Zubiri. Just for the record, it was under your leadership and I was your pro tempore when we resisted the People's Initiative in early of 2024.